found myself stepping into a role that I never thought I was even qualified for, a sugar mama. Trust me when I say it wasn't a conscious decision. I had been working so hard in this job I was at. I mean, I'm doing graveyard shifts and early morning shifts straight after. And after putting in the work, my hard work eventually paid off, and my workplace rewarded me with a very sweet pay rise. Now, looking back, I shouldn't have said anything, but I was so excited at the time, and I told the guy that I was dating. But I couldn't have told him at a worse time, because he'd been given the news that he had just been let go of his job. Despite the setbacks, I believed in his resilience, and I dedicated time to help him with job applications and interview preparations like a good woman. And because of this, I found myself spending more time at his place. I even remember there were times where we would even get hungry, but I knew he didn't have money, so I would order and take out for us, which I didn't mind paying for. However, the red flags really started red flagging when I realised I started to pay for a lot more than just takeout. For example, we'd be at Tesco's, I'd be buying my food or whatever, and while I'm in the checkout section, he would then come and add his own items to my groceries. The first time this happened, I didn't take any notice of it, but then he just kept on doing it. It started to really annoy me. I refrained from voicing my concerns because I was too nice and I didn't want to come across like I was emasculating him. I even remember we went to the cinema one time. I had left my purse at home, and as I had a new phone, I hadn't set up the Apple Pay yet. I did offer to bank transfer him the money. He told me not to worry and that he would cover it, which I thought was really cute considering his circumstances. But after the film, I get a notification from Monzo. He sent me a Monzo request requesting the amount he paid for our tickets. His excuse was that he had just checked his banking app and realised he didn't have enough funds. Gave him back the money and I said nothing. So another time he asked to borrow £200 so he can get himself a new suit for an upcoming job interview. So I lent, keyword lent, it to him, which he promised to pay me back. Thankfully, he got the job, but did I get the money back? Nope. But I chose to say nothing, hoping that once he had settled in his new job and he got his first paycheck, he would pay me back. The tipping point came when his birthday came around and he asked me to get him a Palm Angels t-shirt. I reminded him that he still owed me for that suit, which he said, I thought you didn't want me to pay you back. I was livid. I was like, you promised to pay me back £200. £200 is a lot of money. Do I look like a sugar mummy? After I said that, he laughed, you know. But it really dawned on me at that moment that I had become this boy's sugar mummy. To add insult to injury, he even made a remark saying £200 is light. After going back and forth and me reminding him of all the things that I pay for, he told me, if you feel away, that's on you. You didn't say anything then. I don't know why you're trying to bring stuff up now. He was right. If I'm going to hold myself accountable, this was my L. So every time you think about wanting to give a man money, think of me. Remember this face and then remember this story.
You are never supposed to tell a man how much money you make. A man that cares about how much money you make is going to be a leecher later on in the relationship. Always make what you do seem insignificant. There are men out here that are deliberately looking for women that make a lot of money because they want to take advantage of them. And you need to be careful of that. You have nothing to prove to a man that understands his duty. And of high caliber is not going to care how much money you make. If you haven't already, read the ebook, How to...
Don't let them know how much you make. That's number one. You always let them pay no matter how much money you got. Never tell them what you're capable of. Never tell them what you're capable of. If you drive a nice car, make up an excuse why you have a nice car. Oh, this was my mom's car. She gave it to me. And then if you're smart, you get them to pay that car note, okay? And I'm not being like a gold digger, but they need to feel useful, okay? They have to feel useful. If you can do everything for yourself, they're going to get bored of you. Life needs contrast. He needs to be able to feel like he's your hero in some sort of way. And if it's through paying a car note, a bill, or whatever, let him do it. If you're not there yet with the car note, give him a small bill, cable bill, something. And this is not if he lives with you. This is if y'all are just dating and in a serious relationship. If he lives with you, he needs to pay all bills, especially the rent. Now, I understand if y'all are the same age and struggling and stuff like that, but he needs to be paying majority of the things, so he feels like the man. Because when y'all start arguing and y'all are in that apartment, you bring it up, oh, I pay the rent here, or I pay more bills than you. Now he doesn't feel like a man anymore. Now he's gonna go run to another woman to make him feel like a man, okay? That's why you have to let them pay, so that when y'all do argue, he can say, well, I pay all the bills and I do this and that and you don't do anything, da, 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 da. And you can be like, you know, you're right. You're my man. That's you take care of me. You're supposed to do that. Blah, 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 blah. He'll be like, yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to do that. And what do? And now you're pushing it further in his head. So your next move is to get him to get you something else. Okay, well, now that you know you're supposed to do that and the words came out of your mouth, what else are you supposed to do? Okay, well, I'm tired of working. I'm gonna quit and just stay home. Maybe we could start our family. Maybe we can get married, whatever. And he'll be like, well, I guess I can afford it since I've been paying all the bills anyway. You know, there, see? You have to make people think it's their idea in order to get your way.
Ladies, please stop telling men your salary. When you go out on a date, He don't need to know where the fuck you work and how much you make, okay? Learn to be secretive, because I can assure you the majority of men today are narcissistic and they are in predator mode. And if they don't have their own shit, they looking for a woman that will sponsor them, okay, and support them financially. Of course, he's going to be well dressed on the first date. He's going to come, with his shit together, and he's going to be hiding a lot of information pertinent, to helping you figure out who the fuck he is. But at the end of the day, he's a predator, and the more money you make, the better target you are. And he will lock your ass down and later on get you pregnant or trap you some other type of way. Stop telling men your financial business, period. And don't even tell them if you get food stamps.
Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about why you should never tell a man your salary. I know it might sound controversial, but trust me, this is about protecting your peace, your finances, and even your relationship dynamic. Let's talk about why keeping that number to yourself is the smartest move. Let's start with the obvious. Money is a sensitive topic. Why it's essential to have open communication in a relationship. Your salary is one piece of information that doesn't always need to be shared. Why? Because once that number is out there, it can change the way someone views you, for better or for worse. First of all, it can shift the power dynamic. If you're earning significantly more than him, it might unintentionally bruise his ego. Society has conditioned men to see themselves as providers, and while not all men feel this way, many do. Sharing your salary can create unnecessary tension even if you are both secure in a relationship. And let's try to flip. What if you earn less than him? While some men won't make it a big deal, others may start to feel entitled or take on patronizing attitudes. Suddenly, the relationship feels unequal and you live trying to prove your worth beyond the paycheck. Why even invite that energy in? Here is another reason. It can invite judgment or assumptions. If you are that you make a lot, he might start expecting you to cover more expenses, plan lavish dates, or even help with his financial issues. And if you make less, he might assume you are not ambitious or financially responsible. That's far from the truth. Let's pause for a moment. Have you ever shared your salary with your partner and regretted it? Or maybe changed how they treated you? Drop your stories in the comment section. I'm so curious to hear your perspective. Now let's talk about privacy and boundaries. Your salary is deeply personal detail. Sharing too early or at all can make vulnerable to manipulation. A man who knows exactly how much you earn might start planning his financial moves around your income. And honestly, your hard work and financial decisions should never be someone else's business unless you decide it's relevant. But here's the key point. Money doesn't define your worth. By keeping your salary private, you are focusing the relationship on things that truly matters, like emotional connection, shared values, and long-term compatibilities. When money becomes a vocal point, it can distract those more meaningful aspects of relationship. Of course, there's expectations if you're in committed terms, relationship or marriage. When you're building it can cause transparency about financial might be necessary, but even then, the conversation should be framed around mutual goals, planning, not just numbers. At the end of the day, your financial independence is you to protect. Telling a man your salary may seem harmless, but it can lead to unnecessary complications. Focus on building a relationship where you mature, respect, trust, and shared values come first, and let your paycheck stay your business until it needs to be shared. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk about, once you tell someone about your paycheck, they'll start buying you gifts. You start doing the 50-50. Even if a woman gets more money than the man will expect you to pay some bills in the house, even if you're not doing that. So it's better you keep your paycheck to yourself. Okay, they'll start expecting your money so that you spend your money also. And yeah, so always protect yourself if you need your peace. And some people, they're not genuine, they're just looking for sponsors. They're going to love you because of your money. They don't they're not going to love you genuinely, because they just want to benefit something from you. So seeing people who are on dating apps are looking for money from women, or women who have houses, women who have good jobs, so that they should stay in their houses. So ladies, be very, very careful. Never share your digits with anyone. Those are your personal things, your personal business. Don't overshare it. This is why we always say don't overshare your information. Share a little bit. Even if you have a car, say it's my mom who give me. Don't tell him how much you do everything like that. Okay, even if you have enough money in the bank account, never, because he's going to expect you to take him out for a date, to do whatsoever, and also they'll be calling you to help him financially, which doesn't go well a lot of times. Okay, it's gonna drain your energy, and at the end of the day, you're going to feel like you're being used by this person, which doesn't attract good energy in this relationship. And I've seen a lot of relationship ending because of the same behavior. Like, you're a man, why are you calling me to send you money? And most of the time you find that these men, they get this money which you give them and send them to their girlfriend. Okay, so be very careful. Protect your financial, protect yourself from any financial scams. Okay, don't tolerate such, guys. So that's the video for today. I don't know what you think. Kindly leave some comments in the comment section. um have you ever been have you ever shared your digits, and how was the energy? Guys, bye bye.